So back in 2010, a user named Rocco was blogging on his favorite site, lesswrong.com. See, at that time, Rocco had been thinking long and hard about the potential dangers of AI. He decided to share his thoughts on lesswrong.com because it was one of his favorite blogging sites. Rocco asks reader to imagine the following situation. Imagine that in the future, humans actually figured out a way to create an AI system that has one job and one job only, and that is to improve humanity, to make humanity the best that it can be. Humans, we can't figure out how to do it, so maybe in the future there's an AI system who knows how to get it done. Now imagine that this AI system is so advanced that one day it gets to thinking really hard. It realizes that in order for it to do its job as best as it could have been done, it should have been created as soon as possible. This machine has one job only, and that is to improve humanity. If it had been created one day sooner, humanity would be that much better. If it had been created a year sooner, humanity would be that much better. And that's when it arrives at the realization that everyone in the past who did not help to create it as soon as possible is therefore actually a detriment to humanity, and obviously should be punished. What if there's an AI system in the future who wants to punish you for not having helped to create it in the past? This is the basic premise of Rocco's thought experiment that he posted to lesswrong.com, and it is now known as Rocco's basilisk. This thought experiment freaked so many people out that people actually had panic attacks and nervous breakdowns after hearing it, which is why shortly after it was posted, the creator of the site, lesswrong.com, Eliza Yudowski, not only deleted Rocco's original post, but actually banned all future discussions on the topic of Rocco's basilisk altogether. Literally, for years, no one on the site could even mention Rocco's basilisk. Yudowski didn't want anyone to ever talk about it, which of course then became the reason why that's all that anyone ever wanted to talk about. Yudowski wanted it to be an unmentionable topic, which is why internet surfers everywhere wanted to do nothing more than mention it. The Rocco's thought experiment was initially just a single post on a little-known site, but since being banned, it has become the topic of discussion on hundreds of sites, hundreds of YouTube videos, including this one that you're watching right now. Yudowski's attempt to suppress Rocco's basilisk only brought more attention to it, which is why it is the perfect example of the Streisand Effect, the phenomenon by which the attempts to suppress something only brings more attention to it. It's like when you use the bathroom and then you spray the entire room to cover up the fact that you just took a dump. But we all know that you took a dump because that's the only reason that you would ever use the spray. The attempt to hide the fact that you took a dump is the exact reason why everyone in the house now knows that you in fact did take a dump. Streisand Effect. The phenomenon is named after Barbra Streisand because in 2002, the California Records Project was established with the intent of creating a photographic history of the California coast. And Barbra Streisand's Malibu mansion happened to be located on the coast, and thus there were pictures that were taken of it. Now, Streisand didn't want her photos to be made public, and so she tried to suppress it. She filed a lawsuit. But get this, before she filed the lawsuit, the photo of her home had only been downloaded 6 times. But after she filed the lawsuit, over 400,000 people visited the site to see the picture of her home. Streisand's attempt to suppress the photo of her home only brought more attention to it. Hence the Streisand Effect. But we see the Streisand Effect in so many different ways in our society today. Like, for example, back in 2013, when a YouTuber made a video about their Samsung phone catching on fire. When Samsung saw the video, they emailed the YouTuber saying that they'd replace the phone if he took the video down. What they didn't expect was for this YouTuber to respond to that email by making another YouTube video, making that email public, exposing that email to the world. The attempt to suppress the flammable phone ended up bringing more attention to it. Or more recently, with the Will Smith incident. Think about it. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock for making a joke about his wife's hair condition. But then millions of people went on to make jokes about her hair condition online. Telling Chris Rock to keep her name out his mouth literally ended up putting her name in millions of people's mouths. Streisand Effect. So you might be wondering, how can you avoid the Streisand Effect? And there's really only one way. You've got to own up to your shit. Throw away the bathroom spray and own up to your shit. Tell everyone in the house to take a deep breath and just inhale the truth of the matter. No, but in all seriousness, it actually really is just like the spiritual folks say. Whatever you resist persists. Because for some reason, there's an element of human nature that's in us that feels like, well, if something is worth hiding, then it has to be worth seeing. The only way that we can escape that element of human nature is to own up to our shit. There's a paradoxical desire to be told secrets, to find hidden things, to mention the unmentionable. And that desire isn't just something that stars like Barbra Streisand need to worry about, because it's a docile desire that lives in each and every one of us, suppressed and just waiting to get the attention that it believes that it deserves. I'm Felecia for the win. This was the Streisand Effect. And I sure hope that no one ever likes this video and subscribes to my channel. I wish that I could just hide it. I wish that no one would ever even see that button, because that would just be terrible.